Hey guys, good morning. Anthony here. I told you I was going to do a video on my current circumstances and what I'm doing. One of the things that, or actually the biggest thing that I'm doing, is I'm moving from a suburban environment, which you see here. This particular suburban environment is in the form of a gated community. It gives you a good sense of security. There are 24-hour guards at the gate. People have to be announced when they come to visit you. And you know, so there's that level of security that you have, or peace of mind that you have. However, in light of recent brazen break-ins in gated communities all over, not just this area where I live, but in many other areas in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, we're seeing thieves go in and break into these homes and these gated communities. Number one, because they're a good target, because they're, you know, usually people that have some good stuff to rob. And then there's that level of unexpectedness. People don't expect to be robbed in a gated community, so their guards are down. And so, as I just went through the exit gate of my community, and now venturing into the town, you see it's very pristine, probably one of the most pristine environments in all of, actually all of Florida, let alone South Florida. And so, we've made the decision, and I'll get into more of how and why we made that decision, to move to a urban environment. So my prepping is going to go from suburban, that it's been basically since I was prepping, to a urban environment or city type environment. Smaller dwelling place, lots of challenges in prepping with a smaller place. City prepping is a lot different than suburban prepping, and so the first piece of this video was to mention the piece of suburban to urban, and so that's what I'll be building on in this video. You know, some of the reasons behind making this decision from suburban going to urban, or there's a lot of thinking, a lot of thought went into it, a lot of planning. But my wife and I have reached a point in our lives, you know, at our age right now, our kids are older, and so therefore, you know, we did the whole suburban living most of our lives, really, and all of the upbringing of our children were done in a suburban type environment. You know, the single family house, the fenced in yard, you know, the little neighborhoods, the cul-de-sacs. And now we've decided to, you know, at this point, to go to a urban environment where there's more activities going on, more life, actually more people per square mile in a urban type environment, more ability and selection on restaurants and shopping, and being able to walk places where now we can't, maybe even biking to places where now we could, but it's a little bit different. In an urban environment, you could basically, you know, shut the door to your apartment and, you know, be out in the middle of somewhere and go out and just walk around and enjoy your life, come back. Or even for traveling, it makes a big deal. You know, you don't have a house to worry about. You could shut your door to your apartment and basically get on the road and travel and go visit your children, or just vacation, or just sightsee. But it's a lot easier to do that when you're in an urban environment and you're living a city life. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we plan to do moving forward. But I am still going to be a prepper, so the challenges of storage area and space are major for me. So I'm having to rethink, and am right now taking action to change the way I prep. And I'm going to have a whole paradigm shift on my channel in some of the videos you guys are going to be seeing on suburban to urban life. And so you'll see a lot of different types of videos that are structured around urban living and urban prepping. And again, those of you that live in an urban environment and are preppers, which I know there are many, feel free to comment, video response, or whatever. You hear my dog seen something out the window, and that's another thing I was talking about in the previous video, having a good dog, good watchdog to alert you to things. And that's exactly what Teddy does, other than being our best friend and little boy. Okay, we've got a little rain, but getting back to what I was saying about living in the suburbs, you have these gated communities. You have a central area like a town center usually, where you could go and you know, go to stores and restaurants and things of that nature. And that's what we're gonna cruise through here. And then what I want to show you is the difference of a suburban versus a city environment, and how challenging, or how many challenges you have from one versus the other, because there are very big challenges being in an urban environment and prepping, and you have to do a lot of thinking and preparing ahead of time. So this would be like a town center type place where, you know, you would come at night or during the day and do your shopping. There's lots of little boutiques and restaurants and shops that you could go to. Relatively safe in a confined type environment, and not so spread out, you know, like a city is, or like an urban center is, with the, you know, your long busy roads and then strip malls along those roads, or plazas along those roads. You have here many different stores and a central gathering areas for people to congregate. Here you have some new restaurants opening up here. It's not as much activity as a city environment. It's more muted. But here you have a town center in a suburban South Florida community that I am used to. And for the last 14 years, it's how I functioned. So that's going to change when I go into the urban type environment that I'm about to embark on in the next few months.